Peace, 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 peace. Okay, honey, do it stink down here? Okay, do it smell off? Okay, over JJ. 10 steps that your mama, your auntie, your grandmama should have told you. And honey, when I say your auntie, your mama, your grandmama should have told you, honey, I'm in that category too. Okay, so one, we have to be very mindful and understanding that we have, us women, okay, we have 5 ways of elimination, okay? And those 5 ways are: we eliminate toxins through our monthly cycle, through our kidneys, through our lungs, through when we go use the bathroom, and our skin, okay? Our skin is the largest organ on our body. Okay, and so if you see certain things that's showing up on your face, it is a direct correlation to what we have been putting into our body. So when we want our vajayjay to smell good, okay, and fresh and so clean, these are the 10 things that I do and I highly recommend you. Okay, so one, we're gonna start off with our H2O. Okay, this is spring water. I normally like getting the cases of spring water from Whole Foods, or I would get the spring water from Stop and Shop. One of the brands that I really like is Mountain Valley. Now, Mountain Valley is a little more pricier, and you know, for the brand is like $2 and something for the glass bottle, but you get what you pay for. Okay, so that's one. Start incorporating more water into your body. Now, I used to be so ignorant. Okay, I'm just say it. Okay, I'm just gonna tell on myself right now. I used to be so ignorant. I would say I don't like water. Okay, you know, when you start becoming wiser, if you know better, you do better, right? And so nowadays, I do incorporate more water into my routine, into my daily routine, okay? And I can even increase even more water into my daily routine, okay? Remember this: how to eat an elephant one bite at a time, okay? You're gonna start incorporating these things into your life, okay? Number 2, we are what we eat, okay? And when you are constantly eating stuff that is dead, okay, flesh, okay? Now, honey, I eat some, flesh, but it was once upon a time that I stopped eating meat for about 6 months, okay? And I definitely noticed the difference in my body. When you are eating fruits and vegetables, we have heard this saying time and time again: you are what you eat, okay? So if you incorporate in more fruits and more vegetables as opposed to just eating meats and pastas and rice and stuff like that in your routine, okay? One, the meat, it takes a while for it to digest because our intestines are very long. Okay, they're not short like an animal. Okay, so our intestines are very long, meaning that it takes even longer time for the meat to be eliminated from our body. Okay, so 2, you want to incorporate more greens. You want to eat more, fruits, more vegetables. You want to eat more of those things. And I remember a few days ago, and when I talk about fruits and vegetables, honey, I have this smoothie right here. So good. Okay, we have some bananas, we have some spirulina, we have some spinach. Okay, and what else we have? Some almond milk, and we have some blueberries, some mangoes, some pineapples, and the list goes on and on and on. Okay, no, I think that's really it. Okay, so you want to be mindful of what you eat, and I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys. Okay, very transparent. A few weeks ago, I ate some fish, I had some salmon, and I had some shrimps. Okay, and to the sister girls that be saying you don't eat meat but you're a pescatarian, And I'm just speaking because I once too was a pescatarian. I was a pescatarian, okay. I was vegetarian. I was vegan, okay. I was all these, different things, okay. I was those things too, okay. So no shade, okay. So if you say you're a pescatarian and you don't eat meat, honey, the fish is the meat, okay. Now, I know we don't look at it like that because it's seafood, but the fish is meat. If it had eyes, okay, then it's meat, okay? If it could breathe, it's meat. Okay, well, it's actually not meat. And that's a topic for another day, okay? Because I remember Dick Gregory in his book, Eating with Mother Nature. Highly recommend you guys go get that book. Or Cooking with Mother Nature. I highly recommend you guys go get that book. Okay, this is the book.
A few moments later.
Rise, girl, sister girl, get into this, sister girl. Okay, honey. Okay, get into this. Rise. Okay, so this is the book. Let me just pull this up because we can't have no episode. Okay, honey, this is not that type of party. All right. So this is the book, Dick Gregory. Honey, I said eating or cooking, but it's Dick Gregory's Natural Diet for Folks Who Eat, okay? Cooking with Mother Nature. Highly, highly, highly recommend this book. And you guys know I have talked about these books that I'm about to show you too. This book is a great read, okay? It talks about fasting, how Dick Gregory would fast for so many months, okay? Now, honey, you do what works for you, and you consult with your doctor, your physician, or whatever it is, but you do what works for you, okay? And you listen to your body because your body is very, very intelligent. So you listen to your body. Also, before I get into the rest of these books, I'm gonna keep on going. Also, you want to be mindful of the underwear that you are wearing. Now, for me, I'm a free baller. What, Dina? I'm a free baller, okay? What does that mean? I don't wear underwear, okay? I will wear them sometimes, but for the most part, I don't wear underwear. I definitely don't wear underwear at nighttime. If I ain't gonna wear it in the daytime, I ain't wearing it at nighttime, okay? Now, if you are wearing underwear, you want to make sure that the underwear are 100% cotton, okay? They have to be cotton, whereas though your JJ could breathe, okay? And you don't want her, I like to say her, you don't want her to be, closed up all the time, okay? She want to breathe too, just like you damn breathing. So she want to breathe at nighttime, okay? She want to breathe. If you wearing them underwear, those cotton panties all day, you want to make sure at least at nighttime, if you can, sis, take the drawers off, free ball, okay? And it feels so much better. I mean, to me, I love the way I feel like the underwear and the bras and stuff like that. It just really irritating to me. Okay, now I may wear them every now and then, but for the most part, honey. Okay, all right. The next step is steaming. Okay, steaming. Now, I have herbs. Okay, that I steam with. Okay, and in this book by Anise, okay, he talks about the different herbs, what the herbs are good for the body. He also have different compounds where though he mixed the herbs up and he let you know like one part of this and one part of that, and to create the herbs and stuff, to create a blend that is good for whatever it is that you may be suffering from. Okay, again, do your own research. But in this book, Anise has vaginal canal wash, okay? And the vaginal canal wash, it includes Anika flowers, which is an antiseptic, reduces inflammation. You can't drink Anika. I tried it. But you can't drink Anika. Okay. But it's good to use it as a wash, whichever JJ. And I forgot exactly why, but you can't drink it. I mean, if you drink it, nothing's gonna happen to you because I drunk it and nothing happened to me. But this is not a video where though I'm telling you to drink it because in the book it says it's not recommended to ingest it. I mean, you just wash with it, okay? Or with Anika, you could put it on like if you have any burns or if you have any boils. You could take the Anika, you could boil it for a certain amount, like 5 minutes, or steam it for 15 minutes, and then take that water where the herb was at, and you could put it on your boil. So it's the Anika flower, is the red clover, and is hop and sage. Okay, and you could create a wash with that. So you could wash the outside of your vajayjay. Okay, brings me to my next point. Okay, so make sure you guys get this book. Brings me to my next point. The vajayjay, it does not want you sticking stuff all up in there. Okay, once upon a time, I used to do boric acid. Okay. Once upon a time, I was taking boric acid. What? You was taking what? Honey, I was taking boric acid suppositories. Okay. And when you think of boric acid suppositories or boric acid, when you hear that name, I used to be thinking, okay, this is some of the things I used to think. Boric acid, sis, isn't that for roaches? Okay, honey, boric acid, because I sure use boric acid for some goddamn roaches, okay? Boric acid with some sugar and some eggs, okay? Now, somebody may say, damn, what type of combination? Honey, it worked, okay? It was for the roaches. But when you hear boric acid, suppositories, okay, the first thing I the red flag, it wasn't right, it wasn't redden. Okay, until later on I started saying boric acid, isn't that for roaches though? Okay, and I stopped using boric acid suppositories. Now the vagina, you're not supposed to be sticking anything up in her. Okay, when you go to your gynecologist, the gynecologist would tell you, don't be sticking nothing up in there or, dishing and stuff like that. I remember when we was younger, I knew somebody that would dish several times throughout the week. And when you dishing, it's not only killing the bad bacteria, it's also killing the good bacteria. Okay? And that brings me to my next point. When you are having sex, okay? When you are having sex, make sure you go pee after you have sex, okay? Because the urethra is close to the bladder, all right? And it don't take long if, after we have sex, the bacteria from your partner or your partners, right? That bacteria, it'll travel from the urethra to the bladder. And honey, that's when all types of stuff finna happen. Okay, you gonna get the UTIs. Okay, you can get bacteria, vaginosis. Oh, and speaking of that, okay. Next step, mindful who you sleeping with. Okay, be mindful who you are sleeping with. Okay, because if you keep on getting bacteria vaginitis, okay, then honey, I'm not trying to put him on blast. And you sleeping with one person and every time y'all sleep together and you keep on getting BV, then it's a possibility that he may be having multiple partners. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Don't. Okay, the next step is your period. Okay. Now, I know, even when I was, when I was like about 12 years old and I was living with my father, okay. My father, he's a man, okay. But he never told me about my menstrual cycle and changing my pad and, all those different things. I later on learned that, okay, when I went to the programs or, when I lived with my aunt, I learned that later on, okay? Because I had my menstrual, I believe when I turned 12, I started getting it. Or was it 11? One or the other. You want to change your pad, okay? Because your pad, when you are bleeding, remember I said we have 5 ways of eliminating toxins, okay? And so when you are bleeding, that is eliminating toxins, right? So you want to make sure you're changing that pad, okay? Because if you're not changing your pad and you just keeping that thing on you, honey, just change the pad. And these are the pads that I typically use. I don't use tampons because I said, you shouldn't be sticking anything up in you. And tampons, they tend to have toxins and stuff on them, okay? So I don't use no tampons. I just use sanitary napkins. And these are the ones I use. Okay, so these are the pads that I typically use. They are 100% cotton. They ultra thin pads. They don't have no synthetic pesticides or dyes or fragrances. So you want to stay away from the fragrances, which brings me to my next point. If you are washing with soap that has, all these different perfumes in them. My oldest daughter, who's 17 years old, she uses, the Bath and Body Works, the shower gels, and she constantly be putting that down on her vajayjay. And I have told her in the past, you want to stop using it because it has like a lot of fragrances in there and toxins as well, okay? But she still uses it. How teenagers are. Honey, you was a teenager too, okay? So, yeah, and then to my next point, number 10. I believe this was number 10, okay? Number 10, wash, okay? Okay? You want to wash, but let me tell you something. If you are drinking like this, if you are eating your fruits, your veggies, you would start noticing you don't have a odor, okay? The reason why you may have an odor, and this is no shade because, honey, let me tell you something. A few weeks ago, I had ate some fish, and even a few days ago, I noticed my pH, it was definitely off, okay? When I ate that fish, and I went to the bathroom, it had like a fishy smell, and I'm very, I'm subconscious when it comes to body odors. Like to my body odor, okay. So I knew it was like the fish because that was the thing that I had. And then I have like tuna fish packages in the fridge, and I'm very mindful. Like the universe, it don't have to keep showing me. Sometimes it may have to show me. But I'm mindful, and I'm like, all right, well, if I'm eating this and, I'm having a body odor, same thing for as deodorant. I remember I was listening to Dr. Bobby Price, who is vegan. And one of the things he said was that if you have body odors, that is because you're not eating enough of leafy greens, okay? And somebody on my Facebook page had said, because I was like, what y'all using for deodorant, okay, nowadays? Because I haven't used deodorant like in six something years, okay? Normally I would use lime. And I don't wash my arms. And I had heard somebody say, oh, if you don't wash your underarms, shave your underarms, then you would be stink or something like that. That's not true. And if you are, that is because of the stuff you was eating, okay? And so I asked the person, on Facebook, like, oh, what you guys using for deodorant? And somebody said chlorophyll. And I had an aha moment. See, what Dr. Bobby Price said was chlorophyll. He said, eat leafy greens, okay? And if you're not eating enough of leafy greens, then you're going to have body odors. And what do chlorophyll, what do the greens have in them? Chlorophyll, okay, that's what gives them their color. Okay, hello. All right, so you want to start incorporating those things. So with that being said, make sure you guys rocking out, believing in yourself. Oh, and when I said about the wash, using the soap and stuff like that, you can either use this wash or I still use soap. Okay, I use my brand to use when it comes to soap is Dr. Bonner's. Okay, but lately I have been using Dove. Okay, because Dr. Bonner's is like $6 per bar. Okay, and Dove is, you know, you get whatever, and that's when the coins is doing their own thing. Okay, that's my cheapest thing I would do is Dove. But honey, when I'm boring, okay, it's definitely Dr. Bonner's. Okay, and so with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Make sure you comment, let me know if you learned anything from this video, and let me know what other videos you guys would like for me to do. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.